They risk their lives to save ours. But the most dangerous part of their job is not the flames, it's the soot left behind. A nationwide study shows firefighters are at a greater risk of cancer than the general public. Kelly Worthman live in Broomfield Forest tonight with a look at what is being done to help. Kelly?
Karen, sadly, what's causing many firefighters to get sick are the things we own, the things they rush to protect. North Metro Fire Rescue is among the many agencies here in Colorado with crews battling cancer today. So they created a special team to battle the hidden dangers of the job.
Yeah, one extreme or the other all the time.
Mike Dawson was born to be a firefighter.
My dad was a firefighter, so I'm kind of a legacy.
Never fazed by the dangers of the job.
It's not that we're taught to be fearless, but by nature we are.
And for 14 years, the North Metro firefighter has put other lives ahead of his own.
I have an opportunity and a gift to help people.
But one danger Dawson never expected nearly took his life.
My wife would hold her hand on my chest to make sure I was still breathing.
In 2008, just 39 years old, Dawson was diagnosed with cancer.
The worst thing about that was her heart was shattered.
Despite tumors behind his lungs and heart, Dawson once again put other lives ahead of his own, worrying first about his wife and kids.
Like how they're going to do good in school with worrying about me, you know?
As his family considered their options, Dawson asked his doctor what could have caused his cancer.
He's like, without any doubt in my mind, this came from your job.
Fires today aren't what they used to be. Modern homes and buildings are filled with synthetic materials. They burn faster, hotter, and create a more toxic soot.
We're getting covered in this stuff.
Engineer Chris Devine is part of North Metro's Cancer Committee. He helps research ways to limit exposure to carcinogens on the job, like keeping masks on longer at scenes and using industrial washing machines at the station to clean their dirty gear.
We're starting to do skin check. We're doing blood panels.
Devine says cancer risks weren't really talked about in firehouses 10 years ago, but it is now especially important to North Metro. 7 of their own are battling the disease today, and cancer took firefighter Craig Moylanen in 2015.
We have his picture put up in every firehouse, and I couldn't bring myself to look at it. That could have been me.
And it was almost Mike Dawson.
I mean, there was times towards the end I went to sleep and I wasn't sure if I was going to wake up.
But after months of chemo and support from his fellow firefighters, Dawson is in remission and back on the job.
The feeling I get from doing this job, it beats anything, even the fear of dying from cancer.
And earlier this year, Colorado lawmakers unanimously passed a bill to protect firefighters diagnosed with cancer. It changed workers' compensation law to presume that cancer is job-related, but of course there is still much work to be done to fight this epidemic. Live in North Glen, Kelly Worthman covering Colorado First.